Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, to our game of the week, FIFA 19. It has started. The chaos of the fall games has officially started with FIFA 19. Any game before that is irrelevant. Tomb Raider, sorry.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider RIP.
No one cares. Anyways, FIFA 19. Wow. You told me to write stuff down. I was like, nah,
You
this
didn't do it, did
no, I didn't want to cuz like
This is how you remember things, bro.
I got it all down, dog. Are we going to talk about gameplay?
We can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, where do you want to
Well,
start?
these are all my.
How about you steer the ship here?
Oh, let's start with gameplay. Let's go straight into it.
Okay.
I think that my biggest frustration with the gameplay is that so it's obvious it's a lot different than it was in FIFA 18. I think they did good things with the dynamic tactics, which we've talked about in previous episodes. As far as like being able to set your team up, and I do genuinely believe that those make an impact like in the game. If you pick the right one to counter what your opponent or what the AI is doing, like it works. But there are too many things still in this game, in my opinion, that are out of your control. Where like if I point the left stick up and to the right and press A, half the time the pass gets there and half the time it doesn't. And I also feel like the passing in this game, you either hit the ball too soft to get it to the person and the defender steps in front of you, because you still, for whatever reason, even though the icon moves over the player, you're still forced to stand there and wait for the ball instead of coming back to it and retaining possession. So like you either hit the ball too soft, or you hit the ball, if you use RB or R1 if you play on PlayStation, and A or X, you hit the ball too inaccurate. The harder passes are too inaccurate. So then I don't feel like there's a middle ground. It's just like you're constantly turning the ball over.
Yeah, I think that has to do with like, I think they even mentioned in the trailer like the ball physics in this game, and I feel like it's took a step too far, because with it's like random and too random. It's not like clean. It doesn't feel natural, honestly. Even watching a game in real life to this, I'm like, this you're trying to make it more realistic, but I don't think it's reaching that goal at all. I think it's going in like a different direction. I have a problem with the ball physics in the sense when you're trying just to clear the ball, and I have no idea why I can't just clear the ball like I did in the past FIFAs. But apparently in this one, if I do, my guy's not jumping, and if I get a touch on it, then the ball just like pops up. It doesn't like go like, get out of the area or like clear it out to the side. It just like floats, and then a defender will come in or an attacker come in and just head the ball in. I'm like, what? Taking passes, like I think we were talking about last night, like doing a pass where either I have getting the ball, either it's gonna be there, or it's gonna be either short, or if you overpower it, then like your guy has nothing, like he's not gonna retain the ball, or where you have a clearing or some kind of weird clearance, and like, oh, my guy's gonna get the ball, but it just bounces off him. It's just like, I don't understand why like I'm losing possession off like a terrible touches I have no control over. And I'm not too sure if like the new mechanic of like was it the left stick you flick to change the direction of the ball?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that's gonna maybe I need to implement that more, but I feel like that probably isn't gonna improve my experience or my abilities to make that a better situation.
What's frustrating about that first touch system is that no matter what direction you're holding the stick, the touch is very similar. Like they're all flicks. It's not just like you redirect the ball into space around someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're all like you flick the ball up into the air.
Yeah.
So the most, in my experience so far, and I have about 50 or so games at this point, like the best time to use that sometimes is to ride a tackle. Like if you see someone is going to make a slide tackle on you, like you flick the ball up in the air over the slide tackle. That's effective. But with the changes to pace and stuff like that, really, I think I've probably only done like 3 slide tackles so far this year, because like you don't need to. There's not that sense of urgency a lot of the time anyway. Yeah, first touches are really frustrating, especially when you're trying to get possession back. I think it's even more frustrating then. Like
Oh my
you intercept a pass, and then like either that person completely botches it, or like you block a pass or a shot, and it goes to a teammate, and that person completely botches it, and you don't end up with possession.
Yeah.
And it's like there's nothing you can do about it.
Also winning tackles and just the ball just doesn't even end up like it just like randomly like bounces around and then ends up back on like the other team, or sometimes it like lands back into the feet of the person you took the ball away from. And then there's also this like weird just like positive negative kind of like look or feel where like a goalie would want to come up to the ball and like he doesn't, like there's like a resistance. And
Yeah.
that's the thing with the players too, like you're like, why am I resisting the ball? And like I don't understand what's the purpose of that.
It happens to me a lot on when I have like team pressing on. Like the person that I'm controlling will actually like nick the ball, but then like the AI over here won't even take a step towards it, and it just like rolls past him to like someone on the other team.
Yeah.
Like that's like what's the point of pressing if I can't get any help, like just a little bit of help from the AI, like there's no point in pressing. Because like I'm not going to be able to actually win the ball unless I get lucky and the touch that the guy that I'm controlling takes is a good touch and he controls the, like, you know, someone blasts the ball into him but he still controls it.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'm really benefiting off the ball physics is like headers from like almost to the edge of the box, and it just goes cross post and like into the other corner. Somehow I get it there. I'm like, I'll take it because I need everything I can get out of this.
Yeah.
Out of these games.
What do you think of the shooting so far?
I hate it.
You hate it?
It's so I get the randomness. I benefit off of the shooting from the AI because the AI has whipped on a lot of stuff, which is convenient. But there's a lot of stuff where I'm just like, I don't know how I missed that. Like the time finishing is like my Achilles heel at the moment, and I don't know what I need to fix. Like I have all the like trainer things on, even like passing, because I wanted to see like the how to like.
I had to turn the passing one off. It's so frustrating because then you can actually see when it like really messes up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like even when I noticed that, and like I remember trying to get the ball out wide, and it was like a straight line, and then it auto corrected or something like that, or it moved as like when I hit the ball and it moved. And I was like, but it was like a big jump, and I was like, that's not where I wanted the ball. Like that makes no sense. And I've had times where I'm literally pointing in a different direction and the ball goes the other way, and I'm like, what is going on? But the shooting, I've had like cooler shots. The way I'm adapting to the shooting is having midfielders that can really shoot, and that's kind of the way I've been scoring on. Is if I can't get out wide or if I can't get on the break, then I'm passing the ball around to get one of my midfielders to be open, and I'm just like sending a screamer. And that's, I think, majority of my goals have been like those and just like weird headers. I've gotten a lot of, or not a lot of, I've gotten a few of like rebound ones where I'm just like begging, like I'm on my knees trying to get this ball in the goal and like it barely goes in. So stuff like that is really frustrating. I've definitely gotten a lot of just balls it's like the window is so small because the fingertips of the goalies are like a foot long apparently, or the inside of the post is like says no and it doesn't want to go in. I had like, I think it was yesterday too, and I was telling you I shot something with Brozovic. It hit the top or in the bottom of the top or the crossbar, bounced back in, but like hit the inside of the side whatever post, and then it bounced out. And I was like, what do I have to do? And like that was the game. I think 3 of my games I played yesterday were penalties that I won because like I couldn't get the ball in. I was like I was like getting frustrated. I was just like, why aren't these balls going in? And it was just like save after save after save. I was just like, dude, like I don't know what to do. And then there's moments where I'll have a cross in and just like a perfect cross, but like I can't do anything with it because like the guy is just gonna skyrocket it or he's gonna hit it directly at the goalie, and that's like the only 2 options I ever have.
Okay.
So
I have a love-hate relationship with the time finishing. I think that it helps in corner situations and at some points in just kind of regular shooting. I think that the penalty for being so like there are three, I guess, timing like regions or whatever. It's like if you're too early and it's red, like you completely botch it.
How do you
But-
get the bar to show up? Because I'm not getting the bar sometimes.
I don't know. I don't have it showing ever.
Okay, because I need to like get the bar down. 'Cause,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think there's no point of time shooting if you don't even have the bar there.
Oh, well, that's part of what makes it difficult for me is because you don't always, when you have the bar there, it gives you, like, you don't have to pay attention to the animation. What I'm having to do, like, because I don't have the bar on at all, is that, like, sometimes you get screwed because you're not sure what animation is coming. And so, like, some animations are quicker than others. And so, like, you'll mess up. You'll be early if you get a slower animation, but you have no way of knowing. You're like kind of anticipating one animation, and so like you,
your action 9 has to be.
yeah, basically. So there are times when it's useful, and I think it helps you score, especially on corners, like some of the headers and stuff like that. Like I think corners are, like I would say regular corners, and not just like spamming the near post, which has been the meta for a while now. But like so it's easier in situations like that, and like winning headers. Where it's frustrating for me is that I think the AI in like last year when they introduced squad battles, the AI was already broken, especially on the higher difficulties. And I play all of my squad battles games on legendary, and now with the time finishing, basically all squad battles is the AI like first time passing the ball around, tiki taka everywhere, and then all of a sudden someone's like, you know what, I'm gonna do a perfect time finish, and they like just laser the ball into the net, and like there's nothing that you could have done. I sent you a clip on Snapchat, the last one that I sent you. It was literally like a completely cross-field like switch that almost went out of play. The right winger volleyed this cross-field switch all the way back across the goal. This dude won the header. Ball came back into the middle, and that dude volleyed on a perfect time finish and scored. And it's just like, okay. Like what could I have done?
It's undefendable.
There's nothing that I could have done to prevent that goal.
I think defending's pretty awful in this game too.
I really haven't had too much of a problem with defending.
No, I meant defending in like headers.
Oh,
I have like
yeah, sometimes
I don't even. Sometimes I have opportunities where I don't even have a chance. Like my guy doesn't even jump, and I'm pressing X,
Yeah.
and it just like, is he wearing heavy shoes? I don't know what's going on. But yeah, and then I think one of the biggest things that I'm most frustrated about, and I think you probably heard me complain about it, is when the consistency or the continuity of fouls. I guess.
What do you mean? Like what's a foul and what's not? Or like
Yeah, but you get called on stuff. Just say like, I came in for a tackle, I came in late, but I didn't get the ball, and then I hit the guy. That's a foul. But when the AI does it on me, I don't like stuff like that. Or like he'll come in late. I think I've had a couple of things where the guy, like the AI, has come in and hit me, or I think I've gotten my guys taken out sometimes too, like out of like a run, and I'm just like, how's that not but then if I do it to them, I'm like, I don't understand. And there's also been instances where like it's straight ball obviously, but my guy just gets murdered, and it's like some of the tackles in real life they would call it some of those.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the hell's going on?
The most frustrating thing for me defensively is just like, I play on alternate on Xbox, and so like I press X for standing tackle, and like I'll press X for a standing tackle, I'll win the ball, and then the ball like kind of moves into space, and I'll be moving to like go get possession, and then all of a sudden like the guy that I took the ball from turns around, and my guy is like, they're like hung up, stuck to, like it's almost like they're glued together, and like I can't get away from him to get the ball.
Yeah.
So like I just like constantly am like winning tackles but not winning possession. I think that's that's been a problem in FIFA for a while.
Yeah, it's just like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and then I guess real quickly on goalkeepers, the biggest problem that I'm having is that the AI forces me to bring my keeper out to punch the ball out of the box, and then my goalkeeper whiffs. That's like, there is almost nothing more frustrating than that, where it's like, that shouldn't even been a goal. Why aren't you catching that ball?
Yeah.
Sometimes I guess they're not in a position where they can, but there are still plenty of times where it's like, couldn't you have just caught that ball? And like we could have not given up possession again. But whatever.
I think one of the most unrealistic things in the game too to notice is when you clear a ball out, or even when the AI clears the ball out, and how quick, like if you like sometimes there's like you have no player like the team that's clearing, there's no player there, like how quick the transition is from going back into the attack. I feel like in real life, most teams are not that urgent at all. They're just like, okay, we got the ball back. Okay, let's figure out and then. But like, it's so much more just like quicker and like more deadlier. And I'm just like, I'm almost afraid to clear the ball sometimes because I'm like, it's either I like, just clear it out to down a corner or something like that, or like if I clear it, like I know I'm gonna get jacked right now, dude.
Yeah. How about like I guess most of what have you played any career mode yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say about career mode? It's exactly the same as far as I know,
Yeah, I've
except for the champions.
yeah, I've done a weird thing where I'm starting with the Bundesliga Division 3 team this year.
Okay, which is one of the new leagues that they added, I think.
Yeah,
right?
last year.
Oh, that's right. It was last year. Yeah. Okay.
But I usually play as like an English team, like tier 5 or not the tier 5, League 1 or League 2 team, depending on like the kits and stuff, and like just I like looking at this. Last year I looked up like actual locations of the teams, so I got a little bit more in depth. So I was Grisby Town, and it was like a little. From what I remember, I'm probably not right, but it's a little bit north of like Newcastle. So it was like kind of out in the middle of nowhere in a way. So I kind of like that. So I was like, oh, cool, little town. I'll try to get into the Premier League team, and I did. But this time around, I was like, oh, I kind of want to like make like a German team, or I want to do an Eredivisie team, I think, too, later on. But I want to get this team up to the Bundesliga and beat the crap out of Bayern. Really. But this team is like it's actually in like eastern like Germany. Zerwicka or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
So I like the kits too, and it's pretty cool so far.
Have you done any of the like press conferences or whatever?
Yeah, it's the same stuff, motivator and whatnot. I don't think I think one of the weirder I think the thing I've noticed is when there's a buyout clause, like you have to do the buyout clause now. You didn't have to used to do the buyout clause. It's like you were given the option to negotiate with the team if you say you didn't have the money, but like you say, well, look, I can still try to buy the player, and like some teams will actually will go at a lower price just because the player stock is.
Oh,
down.
I see. Okay.
So yeah, you have to like automatic. There's like.
So no one will negotiate with you for like a compromise on the price. It's like buyout clause or nothing.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I've noticed. Anything new that I'm seeing? The training's a little bit different.
I think they added some new drills, right?
Yeah, there's only one drill at the moment that I've seen on the dribbling that you can increase stamina. Everything else is like just dribbling or ball control. There's no more like. There used to be like 2 different drills that were in stamina, I think, or maybe 1.
There was no drills for stamina before.
Yeah, there was.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there was. There's a dribbling. Yeah, they do. It's like it was like a 3-tier one. There was like a lower like bronze, silver, gold. Yeah. You just couldn't like. I meant like by itself. Yeah, there's nothing by itself, but like.
Okay.
There was like it was a group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My complaint was always like, why can't I just put you on a treadmill?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I haven't really noticed anything crazy in there. Honestly, my players are really slow in getting better. I bought Lyndon Gooch, who has like the little
the promising player.
Yeah,
thing.
He has that promising player trait, and I really like. But like he's like the only one that seems like he's going up. It doesn't seem. I think someone said that, or I think maybe even FIFA claimed this that the better your players play in the game, the more they're going to progress. I haven't really noticed that yet, but I've only like played 3 games. So, and then two of those were like preseason games. But yeah, I haven't really tried to do crazy tactics yet with it. I noticed like when you're pressing, your guys just die real quick. So I haven't, I can't do that with these guys because some of the stamina is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing too different from last year's edition. Just I think the only difference is the patches. On the shoulders.
Oh, right. So like as you're going up leagues or whatever, it changes.
Go up leagues, and then I think this is only Premier League at the moment that I've seen, but I think this is the only league that ever does it. Where the numbers, those change too with the patches, which is nice.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is something like, I mean, like I can go back to like NCAA when I wanted like the patches, like the conference passages on like the jerseys to change. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I would want, more things I want, but they're not gonna do that. unfortunately. But I haven't messed with academy transferring, like trying to find players to find is the same thing. Nothing's too different. Like it's like the same menu basically, but just different look, like different just overlays, I guess. But everything is so far the same. I haven't got too far. I've only gotten like 2 games into the season.
Okay.
So.
Neither one of us have played pro clubs yet. You didn't play. You haven't tried any like the kickoff modes or anything like that, right?
Maybe we'll do that when we do the after hours. We'll play like roulette. We'll play FIFA this weekend or something like that. But I don't really plan on playing kickoff mode.
Yeah.
Like
I
that,
was just asking if you had.
Yeah.
And then so like most of the time that we spend in FIFA obviously is an Ultimate Team. I think that so like they brought back basically all the features that they did. There's no longer online seasons. It's called FUT Rivals. So basically it's you earn you have it's a skill rating now, like or like a ELO. So like as you're like winning or losing, you're gaining in your skill rating, and if your skill rating reaches a certain threshold, you go up a division, or down a division. If you're like continually losing, everyone has to play 5 placement matches. Probably most people have already done that. What's frustrating for me about Rivals is that even though your division ranking is basically a skill rating, the actual points that you need to so like every division has ranks 1 through 5, and then there are rewards based on those ranks. And so like everyone's in rank 5. Rank 4 is the top 80%. Rank 3 is the top 60%. Rank 2. Oh wait, I messed that up. Sorry. Oh no, I think that's right. Rank 2 is the top 40%. Rank 1 is the top 20% of players in that division. But the way that the points work, like you could probably lose a majority of your games, and you can just play a lot and grind your way to rank 1.
Oh, okay.
Which frustrates me. So like Nepenthes had a post about this, about how like when it resets on Wednesday nights, and when it reset, like he got up the next morning and he was already like 7,000 points like behind behind rank 1, and it's like he said that based on how many points he was averaging per game, that it would take him like 40 to 50 matches a week to even have a chance of reaching rank 1 in like whatever division he was in. And so like that's super frustrating if that's true, where it's like so they take 10 games out of FUT Champions and they replace the divisions thing with this system, but you're basically making up for all those games by how the new system works.
Yeah.
So that's really frustrating. I hope they do more with SBCs. They added in Bundesliga Team of the Season, sorry. No, sorry.
Player of the month.
Yeah, Player of the Month is what I meant to say. So there's a Bundesliga Player of the Month. There's a Goal of the Month, which I think is across all leagues. There'll be an SBC for that. And then they've added in a bunch of Champions League and Europa League content. Right now, as of recording, the Ones to Watch cards are back in packs for this new year. So like a lot of stuff has kind of stayed the same. Hopefully they just have some better promotions and stuff like that this year for Ultimate Team in general. Transfer market is basically the same. There was one other thing I was going to mention. Oh, the searching. The fact that you still can't search for like rare players or unrare players. Like you can't build an SBC, like give me an SBC that says, all rare players or whatever, and not let me search by rare players or non-rare players or whatever. I should be able to search basically however I want. It's really frustrating.
No, it's just like you've said that like so many times. When we were at lunch, you said it. You said it when you got here.
It's so stupid.
We were looking at cards, and then last night you were saying that as well.
The searching parameters is like late 1990s. That's how good the searching parameters are in this game. It's really frustrating.
That seems like that's like our biggest gripe in this game, honestly.
Well, because I try to do like every SBC.
Yeah.
So like I interact with that system a lot,
mm.
and like it just triggers me every time I do it. Because especially when you get like late into FIFA, you have to sit there and scroll like 50 pages to the right to get to what you want.
Yeah.
Because you can't just search for what you want.
Yeah.
It's super frustrating.
Welcome to FIFA, baby. Squad battles. Real quick. I don't know. Is squad battles broken or something? Because
the AI is broken.
Okay, no, I'm talking about like, because like we were. It's probably the population. That's probably what it is. Because I was an Elite 1 sitting there. And I was just like, what?
The threshold for hitting Elite 1 will go up. Like,
yeah.
within the next few weeks.
Sounds like that's what I was afraid of.
What I was saying is that like because everyone who got the game today just started, like instead of there being, say there was like for example only 10,000 people that were playing before it launched, and then like everyone gets the game that night, and now there's 100,000 people.
Yeah.
But like all those people start playing and they only have a score of like 5,000.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna drag the average down. So the average on the Elite one is a lot lower because like not everyone started the week.
Because what I'm thinking too is like maybe because of the squad battles, people are going to be playing that more than squad, or people are going to play rivals more than squad battles. But I don't
Maybe.
think so.
But I mean, they might be forced to pick. What's a little bit worrying is that like you might kind of be forced to pick one or the other.
Yeah, I'm playing squad battles
because of how many games it's going to require to get some decent rewards in the FUT rivals.
Yeah, because like if anything, if I'm playing rivals, I'm only, like you said, I'm only going to try to get the silver. So there's no point, unfortunately. I hope that these cards are like reasonable in the beginning too. I don't want like anything crazy in the early on. Cause I felt like that's why I stopped playing last year. It was like playing with Pokemon cards. I'm just like, yo, can I just play FIFA? I do have like a problem with like the design of the cards. I think they're pretty bad.
I think that was definitely a step back. I think the pack opening animation is a step back as well.
I don't like the FUT 19 on the card at all. Like I don't understand. Like it feels like this is like FIFA 12 or 13 or something like that. That's
kind of, yeah.
Cards, yeah.
It does.
Yeah. That, I mean, I don't know. Even it just like there's not enough. Like the detail of all the text on the cards was like perfect. I don't know. They could have just changed like the design of like the colors or whatever you want to call it.
I also don't like that they changed the chem style indicators to like little pictures instead of just saying hawk or hunter or whatever. That's really frustrating to me.
Yeah,
I'm like I'll learn what the pictures are eventually. It's just like that change was frustrating.
Yeah, at first I was just like, what the
yeah.
what is going on? And then it's weird. I think because I've always been used to like, I think it was a picture or the name. I think it's just like when you change it, it doesn't. The picture already stayed there from the past FIFAs, but when you change the bottom part, that's the only thing that changed. And then like now it's like the whole card changes. It's not like that.
Yeah.
That's just me. But yeah, squad battles or not squad SBCs. I'll probably do a couple of those, but I'm not gonna go too hard. I just want my like couple one to watch cards that are cheaper and then make this like dope team of the week Bundesliga team that's already formulating in my head. But yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
Is that it for FIFA?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we've raged on it. And as much as that was like a negative kind of discussion about it, I've played 50 games of FUT. Like it's FIFA. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
It's not like terrible. There's just things that like it's like a game that I like playing so much that like the little things get to me, and that's why sometimes it seems like I like hate the game.
Yeah. We'll see. Let us know in the comments down below if you liked FIFA 19 or if you don't like FIFA 19. Tell us what you think. The game sucks.
Dust.